Thanks for staying with us. You know, every Wednesday we bring you our relationship discussion, which vary, of course, from different topics. And today we have Olaiwola Abiola, a certified professional mental health counselor with a specialization in relationship and marriage counseling. He facilitates and trains professionals from different fields of life endeavors in becoming certified professional mental health counselors and psychotherapists at the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria. He also leads a private practice and training outfits called the Love Boulevard International. And today we discuss seeking professional help for relationship and marital issues. Good morning, Olaiwola. How are you doing?
I'm fine, good.
You okay?
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. It's always a pleasure having you. So let's dive right into the conversation. Seeking professional help for relationship and marital issues. So, we live in a climate where, yes, as much as there's a lot of conversations around mental health, and how important the role of a therapist or a counselor is in a marriage, it's still overlooked a lot. As a matter of fact, I know a couple who's getting married soon. They are not interested in seeing a counselor. Right. I think they just want to learn from bits and pieces of everything that they experience and, you know, just get into the, into the union. For various reasons, people really do not appreciate or do not are not concerned with seeing a marriage counselor. Tell us why this is important.
Oh, fine. Beautiful question, beautiful topic today. We must understand that when it comes to relationship, there is more than what meets the eye. There's more to a man and a woman than a pretty face, six-pack, fat bank account, beautiful car. There's something that drives a man that drives a woman. And if you must get the best out of your relationship, especially romantic relationship, there is need to do all due diligence, to put all your cards on the table. Because every man you see is a product of his nature and nurture. We all inherited genetic trait from our parents. We are also a product of our environment. Now, the environment is also made up of something called significant emotional event of life.
Say that again?
Significant emotional event of life. Okay. We've all been conditioned by these different factors. So when you're coming to marry someone, you're not just marrying that pretty face. You're not just marrying that man that looks so gorgeous and handsome. You're also marrying what drives him, his mindset, his mannerism, his ideologies, his perspective. Then you're also marrying his every unresolved issues in his life. It's a total package. Trauma, especially childhood trauma. So when you come into a relationship without doing the due diligence by seeking for professional advice or professional intervention before, during the relationship, you are only setting up yourself for a lot of issues as the journey goes by.
Now, let's talk about the importance of a marriage counselor or the role the marriage counselor plays before you go into the relationship. Why it is very important. For a lot of people, because of past experiences with, whatever religious centers they're, inclined to, they would rather not. Also, people would also say that, which of course how they feel about it is their concerns are valid. People also say that this particular couple went through marriage counseling. Why did their marriage not work?
Okay, let me also say this. There's a particular research report that says that for as many intending couple that decide to go through what they call premarital counseling, professional premarital counseling, 25 to 30% of them don't eventually get married. Because during the pre-counseling, you run what they call initial assessment.
You discover a lot of
things.
Yes,
you do what they call personality profiling. You look into the past trauma. You look into your fantasies, your fetishes, and all sorts of things happening this and time. So you're able to look at it to just oppose whether this man and this woman, in the light of what drives them, their life goals and ambition, the kind of life you want to live. So when you look at all these parameters, your health status and all those stuff, it helps you to be able to know if you're going to be able to fit into this man or this woman's life. Now, coming to about people that have had premarital counseling, I want to say to a very large extent, with all due respect to religious centers, especially churches, that try to put in place premarital counseling. But unfortunately, to a very large extent, most of those premarital counseling are not done from a professional perspective. Only few churches. But from my own personal consulting experiences, I've seen that a lot of churches are warming up to training their pastors and marriage counselors. So most of the time, people are counseling people from their own realities, from their own personal experiences.
Yeah.
Now, you see, marriage is beyond just spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. It has a soulish or mental dimension, and has a physical dimension. Now, when people do premarital counseling from churches, they come from most of the time spiritual perspective and from the physical perspective. Because when it comes to the mental and the soulish perspective, you need a trained personnel, somebody that is well-trained and grounded. For example, how do you deal with somebody that have had absentee father, somebody that passed through trauma, somebody was raped by her own father or by gang raped, and that lady is coming to a relationship? You see, those issues are salient. Some of these things have also become disease issues, not just moral issues. They've created a kind of underlying issues when people, so the way somebody was raised will also impact how they relate in the relationship. And all these things are within the understanding of a trained professional in psychology, in psychotherapy, and especially in relationship and marriage therapy.
Now I'm going to go into a very salient point, which is, how do you identify a good marriage counselor? And now this question is for couples who are already married. How, if, I mean, I'm going through an issue and I can't deal with it, how do I identify first a good marriage counselor? What are the things that I need to look out for? You know, when I eventually meet with this marriage counselor, how do I know that, you know, his mode of, you know, therapizing me would work for you, for me?
Okay. You see, just like when you're looking out for any profession and any field of endeavor, for example, you want to put your child in a school, you want to go to the school, you want to look around, you want to ask questions. The person must be trained. You want to understand, because normally when you come for therapy, one of the standard protocol is to, first of all, know what you call, tell the person who you are, your training, your background, your antecedent, the things you've been able to do. And number two, you also need to understand that for the fact that you're going for therapy, does not mean you should have full-blown sessions. So you have what they call pre-counseling assessment, pre-counseling sessions, where you get to talk with your counselor. And once you've gone for the first session or the counseling session and you think this person is not knowledgeable enough, it's better you just call it. You have the right to stop that at that point in time. So let me see for some. Then you can look for referrals from family and friends, go online and see the antecedent, the past record, and what the person has been able to do. But most importantly, your first encounter with a counselor will let you know if this person knows his onions right or wrong.
Or not.
Yeah.
Interesting conversation. Thank you so much. This has been very insightful. You know, bringing us to that awareness that seeking professional help when we are going through issues in our marriage or
very important.
Very, very important. Thank you once again.
Thanks so much for having me. It's always a delight to be here.
Always a delight to have you as well. The conversation continues, of course. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. When sending in those comments, Dr. Olaiwola Abiola will be waiting to respond to them. The show continues, guys. Stay with us.